It's week 18.
Week 18. Who we got here?
Hello, guys. How are y'all today?
Pappy. And where are we?
We're at his house.
Yeah, we're off site. We're traveling like the college football show. This is where the action is, right?
Yes.
Great weekend for football.
Great weekend for football. It's the last weekend for the regular season. We only have the games that matter. So we apologize to anybody who's waiting to see what Nora picks for their team. Sadly, if you're not here, you either stink or your playoff fate has already been determined and your seed is already locked in. And Nora, what are you holding the team there? This is the team she's hoping gets the number one seed in the draft. At the end of the day, we shall see. That is another battle that we will not be monitoring. Say the name. Who's that?
Giants.
Giants. All right. What do you say we get to this and we talk a little about the games? We'll get Pappy's insights as well, and we'll give it a go. You ready?
Ready.
Carolina. Oh, what do you like? You got to say something? No. Carolina traveling to the Atlanta Falcons. Carolina has no dog in the fight. Falcons are a 7.5-point favorite at home. The Falcons need to win, and the Buccaneers need to lose for the Falcons to make the playoffs. It's as simple as that. Michael Penix is still back at quarterback. What a magical rookie season that would be if he was able to lead them to the playoffs after just a couple weeks. But nonetheless, Nora, what do you like in this game? Falcons minus 7.5 for Panthers. Oh, no. I just wish for Panthers. All right. She says Carolina Panthers. Now, I think she's thinking that they just hit the spread, but we'll see. Do you think they win outright or just cover the spread? Win outright or cover the spread?
Cover the spread.
Just cover the spread. Okay, so the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, now the pressure's on them. All right. Washington Commanders traveling to the Dallas Cowboys. The Commanders are 6.5-point road favorites. A lot of the Cowboy starters are not playing tonight because it means nothing for them, but they could play spoiler to the Commanders. We're locked in for the playoff seed. We're not sure if they're going to be the 6th seed or the 7th seed. Nora, who do you like in this game? Do you like the Commanders or do you like the Cowboys? Hey there, Wayne. Wayne? Playing spoiler. Outright or versus the spread? Outright. Okay, so maybe the Commanders will be the 7th seed now. Pappy, what are your thoughts on that game? Dallas doesn't really have much to play for.
No, they don't have anything to play for as far as my team goes, but I think I'd go with the Commanders as well.
I think so too. I agree. Anyway, it's Nora's picks though. It's not Pappy's picks. Right?
Yes.
Not Daddy's picks either. All right, the Chicago Bears.
Picks.
Chicago Bears riding, I believe it's a 8 or 9 game losing streak at the moment. Traveling to Green Bay. Green Bay's a 9.5-point home favorite. Currently, Green Bay sits at the 7th seed. They are probably the greatest 7th seed of all time at the moment, as their losses are only to Detroit, the Detroit Lions, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay. Anyway, if they win, they get the 6th seed, which plays a little bit more of a weaker opponent in the first round. Nonetheless, Nora, do you like the Bears or the Packers in this game? Packers minus 9.5.
Wait.
You think the Bears, at least they cover outright or just cover? Cover. I think that's the right choice there. All right. Who do you think, Pappy?
Chicago Bears as well. I'm going to go with my granddaughter.
Okay. There's a lot of points. I mean, it's a lot of points. You got that? Okay. All right, let's move this one a little bit here, and we're going to go because we're dancing around here. Yeah, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints. Nope, the New Orleans Saints at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Can you tell it's early in the morning here? Tampa is a 14-point favorite. Yeah. If they win, Falcons lose, they are in. Excuse me, no, if they just win. Sorry. The Buccaneers just win, they are in. Got that? Comfortable? Okay. Who do you like? Buccaneers minus 14 or Saints plus 14?
Then we do this.
You haven't done it yet. She's going to take the points. It's a lot of points. You probably think they're just going to win versus spread now. All right. Now let me talk a little bit about this one, Nora. Kansas City, traveling to the Denver Broncos. The Broncos are an 11-point favorite. You might say, hey, why? Kansas City has nothing to play for. They're locked in at the number 1 seed. Okay. Denver currently owns the 7th seed. It's not locked in. If they win, they're in. Okay. Now, following along here? Mahomes isn't playing. Resting him. They're resting a lot of guys. Carson Wentz is starting at quarterback, so don't Wentz your pants, all right? Here's the kicker before I give you the freedom to choose. Kansas City Chiefs sat on the tarmac at Kansas City International Airport last night. 4 hours waiting for a de-icer. Okay? Poor planning on their part not to leave earlier. Do you think that affects them as they got in late last night? Who wins this game, Nora? Do you like Denver plus 11? Kansas City, Denver minus 11 or Kansas City plus 11 in this game?
Have to do this for more.
Oh, wow. You think? Okay. You think they'll just cover the spread or win outright?
Outright.
Outright. Oh, boy. And that's going to be more. Okay. Well, this is going to get more important if you think that's what's going to happen down the line here a little bit. Because I'm explaining playoff scenarios to everybody. Pappy, what do you think about that one?
Well, that's a tough one to really decide. But what do you understand? And of course, plus the 4 hour layover, it would affect me tremendously if I had to go through all that. So I'm going to have to just go with what Nora has picked on this game. No. Okay. I have to go with what you picked.
There you go. All right. Hey, Los Angeles Travelers lost. Nora, you hit something here. Oh, that's not nice. I know. Chargers traveling with the Raiders in Vegas. Chargers are your 6.5-point road favorite. Raiders have nothing to play for other than trying to tank and get a better draft pick. The Chargers, currently, if they win, they can get the 5 seed since the Steelers lost last night, which would be them going to Houston, which is a weaker opponent. But nonetheless, Nora, do you like the Chargers the Chargers minus 6.5 in this game? It's the Chargers minus 6.5. She likes the Chargers to get that 5 seed. Beautiful.
Good pick.
All right. Seattle Seahawks traveling to the Los Angeles Rams. Seattle was eliminated last week. The only thing we're playing for here is the Rams have the ability to. Let me talk to people. The Rams have the ability to get the 3 seed, or stay with the 3 seed, or they could fall to the 4 seed, depending on what happens. So, who do you like in this game, Nora? Do you like the Seahawks minus 7, or do you like the Rams plus 7? You don't. All right, she likes the Rams plus 7. Valerie, what do you think about that?
Ooh, that's a tough one to pick right there. I think I'll have to go with the Rams on this one.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big line because they're probably going to rest a couple of guys here because the Rams already have everything locked up. But I don't know. I think I'd rather have that 3 seed than 4 seed. But no rest comes with it, so there's a risk. All right. Second to last game. Like I said, we would allude to later, based off of the pick we made with the Denver Broncos losing. The Miami Dolphins traveling to the New York Jets. Possibly Aaron Rodgers' last game in New York. Maybe his last in his career. He should retire. The Jets are a 1-point favorite. Tua is not playing. His hip still hurts. If the Dolphins beat the Jets and the Denver Broncos lose, the Dolphins are in the playoffs. But if the Dolphins lose and the Broncos lose like you think they will, Joey B's Cincinnati Bengals sneak into the playoffs after they won last night. Who do you think's going to win in this game, Nora? Because it's pretty much a pick-em. Miami or New York? Folks, she thinks the Miami Dolphins will sneak into the playoffs. We'll see. It all hinges on Denver. What do you think, Pappy? Think they sneak in?
I think they sneak in. But I'd really like that Cincinnati Bengals to come in, too.
I'd like
I would love to see Joe play.
And Aaron Rodgers' final game against the Dolphins, a loss. I'd love to see that. All right. Let's just get to the main event, people. There's a lot to talk about with this game. Detroit's a 3-point favorite at home versus the Vikings. A lot on the line. The number 1 seed, the North. Both teams sitting at 14-2. Look at this. What'd you do? Let's get real here, right? All right. Whoever loses this game will be the first team in NFL history to win 14 games and get a wild card spot, not the division. Never been done before. Okay? Now let me blow your mind some more here. Okay? The Minnesota Vikings this week bought $2 million worth of tickets for the Detroit Lions game in Detroit, behind the Vikings bench. Gave them away to season ticket holders to beef up the crowd. We did the math. That's 17.5% of the stadium capacity has been bought.
Wow.
Not to mention people probably going there on their own. So it will be a big Viking presence here in Detroit. Detroit is very banged up. So even more incentive for them to win so they can get that first round bye. But in any event, yeah, it should be a really great football game between two great teams. All right, Nora. You ready? Detroit, -3 for the Vikings, +3. Who do you got? All right, here's the big question. Here's the big question, Nora. Do the Vikings cover the spread, or do they win outright? Do the Vikings cover the spread, or do they win outright? The Vikings cover the spread, or do they win outright? Outright. That would give them number 1 seed. What a game that would be. There's medium team. There's the playoff scenarios. Everybody is going to the final week. We'll see you next week for the Wild Card Weekend. We will post that on Saturday because Wild Card Weekend is Saturday, Sunday. We never do Monday, but we will make Monday picks as well. Enjoy the final week.
Go,
Get ready for the playoffs. Go, Vikings!